someone brought up a good point. I think for the first time in like 2 to 3 weeks, we've gone 60 minutes without saying Dame Lillard.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
That's like the first time in quite some time.
Look, I don't really it does feel, I know yesterday the big thing that was thrown about, there's the ESPN said that they're in an impasse, that there's the thing that everybody seems to be putting out there is that the Miami Heat have offered, this is the reports, that the Miami Heat have offered something for Damian Lillard, but they haven't necessarily offered their best offer. This is what the reports are saying.
All right.
That they're at an impasse because the Miami Heat are in a spot right now where they know that Damian Lillard is only going to come to the Miami Heat. And the other reports are that nobody else is offering anything for Damian Lillard because they have gotten the message loud and clear. And so now we have this press conference this past week where Cronin's saying, oh, if it takes months, it takes months. We'll see. I don't know. I personally think that what differs from the Kevin Durant situation and what differs from James Harden, where they went into the seasons with their teams even after making a stink in the summer, is one, those teams wanted to contend. This is a team in Portland that does want to rebuild. I mean, he basically admitted as such. He said that our guys are maybe more win now than you think, but he also says, I respect why Damian Lillard looks at this and doesn't think it's a win now situation.
Right.
So it's not like they're going into this with the hope of, oh, well, if he stays, we will actually contend. He knows they can't contend. The other thing is they have a guy who they just drafted number 3 who plays the same position as Dame. So we're sitting here and we're talking about, oh, well, they can't even trade for Tyler Herro because they have so many guards. Well, then imagine if Damian Lillard stays. So I don't believe him when he says, oh, if it takes months, it takes months. Now, will the Heat, as we like to say on the show, go back and give a sweetener? I don't know. And I'm not just saying specifically for Jovic. I'm just saying anybody. Sweetener. I don't know.
I think what ends up happening is they get another team involved where they trade an asset to that team for draft picks and either another player or something like that, and then send that to Portland, right?
Yeah.
Because let's be clear. One of the things that confused me about all the things that Cronin said was this, or from what we heard, we want a guy who can play, that provides veteran leadership, right? Along with some draft assets. And I'm like, but if you're rebuilding, who wants to be the old guy that comes in to do that?
Yeah, I mean, like, look, they made it clear they don't want Tyler, right? Like that doesn't seem to make sense for the roster. For whatever reason, people think that Tyler Herro stinks all of a sudden, which is stupid.
I don't think it's that. I don't think they think he stinks.
You would honestly, people are acting like getting Tyler Herro in a trade is an albatross, and it's not. It's not. I mean, Tyler Herro, for what he provides offensively, with how good a score.
That's a double eagle. That's really good.
It's good in golf. It's not good as far as a contract. You don't want an albatross contract, dude. Big bird, just hanging over you. Albatross, big wingspan,
10 feet.
Yep.
That's the wingspan?
Yep.
Jesus.
Don't you remember Rescuers Down Under?
Oh, yeah. How could I forget?
They flew on an albatross.
Did they?
Yep.
Wow. That's a big bird. Fat.
But
You said fat. Fat.
Well, that's what it is. Like, you have this big bird. That's an albatross contract. But you're right. In golf, it is good. Very confusing. So for golfers yourself, I'm sorry for that. Speaking of golf, can we get a weather update from the Demesman and Dover law firm? YourAccidentAttorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
Well, there's a heat advisory out till 8 o'clock. It's going to feel like between 105 and 110 degrees outside. Add in a little humidity. Add in a slight breeze of about 5 to 10 miles an hour. I'm telling you right now, even the trees are hot. They ain't even moving. We got some light clouds coming out of the east. And It's probably like 93 degrees right now.
There you go. How do you do, Marcos?
Currently 92 degrees, partly cloudy. Humidity is at 56%, aka soupy.
No, that's not soupy. As soon as you get around 80, that's soupy. 80%.
That's melty. Start getting swampy. That's what it is. Swampy. 80% is swampy.
You would know swampy, frog boy.
It's offensive.
You walked right into that one.
Hey, you just peeked your head around the corner for the monster to chop it off.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to bring up the fact that you're wearing a Christmas shirt, and it is currently July. Don't re-examine your shirt now.
He is wearing a Christmas shirt.
I just saw a gray shirt.
The naughty and nice and green and red didn't really register.
I didn't think it that far. I didn't think that far into it. Say gray shirt.
All right.
Some people on the chat saying Tyler's still a kid too. He's improved every year. Bam out of the bayou says Herro's not a 50% shooter. Barely gets to the paint without Bam. Most of his damage is on mid-range and floaters. My only thing with that is I would say this: he's 23. Like, you know, like he has developed as a scorer every single year. He has gotten better and gotten into those spots every single year, and he's an elite shooter. Like he's a great shooter.
I think that's one of the things that has gotten lost in sports, and I've said this over and over again, that most basketball players don't get into their prime until they're 26, 27 years old.
Mm-hmm.
We have all these one and dones coming to the league, and we're expecting them to be great right away, and we're not giving them a chance to develop into the best version of themselves, and then we hold it against them. Like right now, people are holding against Tyler Herro that he's had success and he's only 23.
And they're holding against that he has to get this big contract. And the thing that's crazy with, you know, like he keeps getting compared to like Tyrese Maxiell. Maxey's a really good player, maybe the fastest player in the league. Dude does get to the rim like a demon. But one of the things that makes Maxiell really attractive is you haven't paid him yet. And once you pay him, he ain't gonna look as attractive because then you're gonna start saying, okay, well, you do this and you have this pressure and you have all this stuff on you. Like it changes in a salary cap league, what you make changes the perception of what people expect from you.
Here, 15 and 10 looks a lot different when you're making $30 million a year.
Yeah.
Even though the player is still being true to who he is. And that's the problem. Like the teams don't pay them like that. The teams pay them to be who they've been and hopefully improve a little bit. But the outsiders looking in are going to look at Tyrese Maxiell and go 15 and 10 next to Joel Embiid. That ain't helping him. Just like, wait, we did it with James Harden. James Harden was 20 and 10.
Japan the Chiponik says that Tobin is Tyrese Big Maxey.
Point for Twitcher.
We can't even talk. We can't mention sports names anymore.
Can't even do it. Everybody just goes and then they make it a fat pun. But anyway, like, look, you have multiple people saying he's going to net at least a first round pick. And if it's at a certain point, and even if they get the right pick, I believe it can even unlock more picks for the Heat, depending on what they can send. So, like, the Heat are going to have, like, the Heat can have avenues to get more stuff to get to Portland. And it seems like the number one thing they probably would want is picks because they're rebuilding. So, and I don't even know, like, the thing that's interesting about it too is just like nobody else is even in the scuttle anymore because apparently the Sixers don't want to trade Tyrese Maxiell. They don't want to deal him. And this Celtics deal that they want to keep throwing at you, they thinking like this is great of Malcolm Brogdon, who's always hurt, Robert Williams, who's got one leg, and acting like this is some grand prize deal as opposed to the Heats. I'm just like, I don't know.
Well, here's what makes the Heat more appealing. Dame said he wanted to come here.
That's right.
Like, you can throw whatever deals you want.
Which apparently now all of a sudden is an issue for everybody. Like, Damian Lillard is the guy. As classic guys against, now everybody's hit their limit of no players getting to go where they want to go. It's been happening since not even like the last one. Like, usually players have gotten to go where they want to go. Like, for the years, it was just the Lakers. And everybody wanted to get to LA. And everybody was happy going to LA. And everybody was fine. Now it's like, what? We like Damian Lillard is the guy where it hit its crescendo. But that's where we've said no more of people getting to go where they want to go. I'm like, that guy, really? And I saw Stephen A. Smith. He was on the Bill Simmons podcast. I saw this on Drew Starr's Twitter account, and he said people only had a problem because he said he wanted to go to Miami. And I was happy that Stephen A. Smith said it because Stephen A. Smith's a Knicks fan. He's a national guy. And I'm glad that somebody finally said, like, oh, wait, you only have a problem because he wants to go to Miami?
Right.
Because, yeah, most of the Northeast media is Philly and Boston and New York. And when you don't pick one of those, bet your ass if he would have said, I only want to go to Boston or I only want to go to Philly, bet your ass everybody would have been making the argument of, well, you should take Tobias Harris' expiring contract. Well, you should take Malcolm Brogdon's broken ass and acted like it's a gift. But because it's Miami, now all of a sudden, oh, what kind of a terrible offer is that? Even though they can get him they can get him draft picks. They can get him young guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I tell you what, like, I turn into these national broadcasts for the Summer League. They're praising Jovic to high heaven. They're like, damn, this Jovic is impressive. We're acting like, oh, he's just some no-name that nobody cares about. You don't think these basketball scouts have eyes? It's just wild to me. We're acting like the Heat have nobody that anybody would want on their basketball team. That's stupid.
We have the best offer. Name a better offer that
there is no other offer. But even if it was, let's not.
This becomes the best offer because Dame said he would come here.
Of course, for sure. But also young talent, a proven scorer, and draft picks. What the hell else do you want?
Unless Riley's really trying to put the screws to Cronin.
Oh, and you know what? That's another thing that I was thinking too. Leroy had brought this up.
Like, what if Riley really is trying to hardball him and he's got his one draft pick?
I mean, I think he's in a position with leverage, isn't he?
I don't know. I mean, I think here's my leverage. If I'm Riley, I'm just like, let me just get Damian Lillard, you know?
But
see that, and that's hold on. That is your problem with sports, Tobin.
Why?
You don't care what happens. You just want them.
Yep.
Right? You don't look at your roster and say, why would I add Dalvin Cook? You don't care. You just want Dalvin Cook.
That's right.
You can't run an organization like that.
You can. Come on.
No, you can't.
Want him. Want Dame Dollar. There's not a guy who's not Bam or Jimmy. And if you told me the haul today was Tyler Herro, 3 first-round picks, Jaquez, and Jovic. If you told me that was what they got, but I got Damian Lillard, that's amazing.
No, that's too
amazing.
Much. It's too much.
Is it?
Yeah.
$10, baby.
It's too much when it's the only team he's going. He's the only place he's coming.
But if you told, like, if they said that's the only thing we're doing to make this deal happen.
Really?
Otherwise,
wait. You know what I'll do?
You know what
I'll do? I'll hang up and listen because Dame is going to make a bigger stink.
I told Heat fans that's what you got to give up for Damian Lillard. You got to give up Herro, the 3 picks, Jaquez, and Jovic.
No,
you're not doing it.
I'm not doing it.
You're not doing it.
I'm not doing it.
Well, I think you're in the minority.
No, that's not true.
I think you're in the minority.
That's not true.
Because if I got Damian Lillard,
why are you bidding against yourself?
Hear me out. You got Damian Lillard, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo, and Caleb Martin, and Love, and Jay Rich.
Now we're talking about Love. And
we
Jay
have Love.
Still like they're saying.
That's a contender, baby. And yeah, it's going to hurt to lose Yovi. And Jaquez has great hair. And Tyler Herro's cool. But
why are you sending them all intangibles?
Dame time, baby.
No.
Why am I sending them all intangibles? Why are you making that a thing? Why can't they just be basketball players?
Now all of a sudden you offended by intangibles. The phrase was coined by you.
There's not a Heat fan alive who's going to sit here and say when he gets that first introduction to Mike Damon,
it's too much.
You don't even know what this Jaquez can be. He's not even out on the court. And Jovic, it hurts, but you know what? You got to give to get. Got to give to get.
I'm not doing it. I'm telling you, it's too much. Put it on the vote.
What Leroy's saying though, you are bidding against yourself. Like you don't.
I understand.
You don't have to give them that much.
You can hear,
but nobody.
Riley can slow roll it. There's no basketball being played right now. Why would you ship the biggest haul you could possibly ship right away?
You gotta get it done.
You don't have to get it done right now. That's my point. Why do you have to get it done this week?
Oh, because I want him on the Heat, baby. I want to get
You're
zeros.
not playing basketball.
Oh, but it's gonna be here before you know it.
Okay, before you know it isn't now. So why rush into it and give him your best offer you have right away?
The only thing that's making you upset about this deal is Jovic. Let's be real about it.
Yep.
I made it hot. Okay, so what if I made it Caleb Martin instead of Jovic?
No, you need those guys.
You're adorable.
You can't just be a 3 guy. You need guys off the bench.
You're insulting Joe Cronin right now. Is what you're doing. You're insulting.
No, I'm not.
You're insulting
Joe Cronin has insulted Joe Cronin. I'm just merely pointing it out.
I'm not going to call up a Joe Cronin and insult him. You know,
watch out. He may get jolted again.
He might get jolted. I'm not going to insult
Wait a
him.
minute. According to what the Heat offered, he already been insulted.
Well, maybe they're trying to put the screws.
Just let
to
it
him.
play out.
Maybe they are trying to put the screws to him. I don't know.
There is no Tobin. Oh my goodness. Can I just ask one question?
Yeah.
What's the rush to put all those assets on the line right now?
What's the rush?
Yeah.
What are we waiting for?
Nobody else is bidding for him.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So why
I think what I would ask, my counter to that would be, what are we waiting for?
We waiting on not having to give you all this crap.
Nah, come on.
That's what negotiations are.
You're trying to win a small battle. It's small potatoes. Get Dame Dollar here.
No, it's not.
It's small potatoes.
For every guy you keep, that creates depth.
Oh, depth. You play 7 guys in the playoffs. Depth, schmepth.
Not the Heat. The Heat played 9-10.
Not by the end of it, they weren't.
Because everybody was hurt.
No, because Spo was just like, Zola.
Just like, be patient with it.
Never forget those 60 seconds.
Here's the thing.
We
all know this. Dame Dollar would be in the Heat uniform next year. Okay. How it happens is yet to be seen. But you don't go into your car dealership and go, here's how much I have to buy for a car. What can you sell me? Because that guy gonna try to get you for the cheapest model and put you in with the most.
No. But here's the thing: you keep saying that. In this case, I'm guaranteed I'm walking out with a Bentley crossed with a Tesla. Like it, I have the greatest car.
Okay, but guess what? You ain't driving it for a couple of months. What's the rush in making that deal now?
Why wait? Why can't I just have it in my parking lot and just admire it? No,
because you paid too much.
Even if I can't drive it, I could wash it. You know, I could polish it up.
Really? You're an idiot. You're an idiot. No, you're not. No, you're not. Listen, hold on. First of all,
you wash the whole car.
Shiny.
I've seen your car and the Sports Authority you got in the trunk.
Yeah.
You ain't doing that to your car.
Yeah, but right now I'm driving around right now in basically like a Cody Zeller. Okay. I'm literally driving a car until the wheels fall. Okay. You know, I'm not driving around in a Dame Dollar. I got Tennessee Jeffrey trying to, I got to do my process to fix your alternator. Like, thanks a lot, Cody Zeller. Take a break. Back after this.